Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jenny and you're here at the Girly Q Scrapper channel, and today I have for you layout number 2 from the March 2023 collection Obsession. Here are some of the papers. I had started cutting them and then I was like, oh man, I forgot to turn on the camera. That happens. So here I'm just showing you really quickly. These were full sheets of paper. I am using the Maggie Holmes Garden Party collection, or the papers that I have, I should say. I don't have the full on collection, so here I'm just using, I've pulled together, I think these are just 2 pieces of paper, but I'm using the front and the back. I'm going to use the flip side of that cake paper to mat my photos. And that's a very rough look at what I'm thinking the layout will consist of. The 2 larger photos on the top. I'm going to trim down that photo at the bottom, and then I'm going to pull in this Simple Stories. It's a birthday collection for girls. That have a lot more of the pastel-y colors. I guess that's just another quick way to just say it. So here is, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start adhering my photos. I've trimmed them down just slightly. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start. I know for sure that I want to overlap these photos. So I was like, oh, wait. Nope. I'm going to put them apart, because I need to make sure that I have a good frame around them, because sometimes I will adhere them side by side if I'm just going to be just plopping them down on the page, but in this case my idea is to overlap them. So and then I've cut the other photo to a 3x3. So I'm just leaving myself enough room there to make a nice frame mat around each of the photos. If you're here for the first time and you're just wanting to know a little bit more about Collection Obsession, it is a year-long series. We began sometime late summer, early fall of last year. And basically what it is that every month we select the collection that we want to work with that month, and we try to make one layout every week. And so each month, at the beginning of every month, at least I know for myself, I post my collection that I'm going to be working with every month. Sometimes they're full collections, like things that I absolutely 100% want to work on, where I've purchased everything. And then sometimes it's collections where I just have put things together, if that makes sense. So I may only have bought or I may only have the papers, but I can fill in the gaps with things from my stash that I want to use up, right? The main thing is we want to make sure that the items in our stash are getting used and not just collecting dust and not getting used. So here's what I'm thinking of what I'm going to do, and that looks like it's coming along. And so I'm just kind of auditioning, like, where do I want my title before I adhere anything down? Where do I want my title? What embellishments from this? They're foam. They're foam thicker, so what do I want to use, right? I have there's so many options because you have the whole entire brand new pack. So I'm going to just audition. I do end up using this one. I know you'll see me, I may have cut some of it out. I do fiddle with it quite a bit, but this is ultimately what I want to end up using. Here I've fast forwarded just a bit. I've gone ahead and I've tucked in some partial doilies that I had in my use it up bin. I also had this strip of pink scalloped sticker, like branding strip thing. So I am, that was also in my use it up bin. So I'm like, yay me. Oh, I haven't adhered those yet. Have I adhered the photos? I don't think so. Nope. So, but I had just placed them there because I knew for sure that's where I wanted the photos. I wish I would have not tucked this so low. I wish, but in the end, it comes out fine. I wish I had just raised it a little bit more, just for the title to get nestled in there a little bit nicer. But it's fine. It came out good. And then I'm just gonna put all of these little like floaty things. I could have just adhered my photos down and just tucked everything in, but sometimes I like to do it this way, and that's fine. You find what works for you. And then the last thing is I'm gonna put in this frame, and I'm gonna offset it because the photo, that little photo, is gonna go on there and it's gonna partially cover it. I only wanted like a part of it. Here I'm just fiddling with stuff. I only want part of it to be visible. I'm like, whoops, no, I'm not gonna adhere the photo down there. So, all right, so there we have it. We have it. Very good. Okay, so now I think I'm finally gonna start adhering this. My ATG, once it gets to the bottom or the end of the roll, sometimes it's a little hard for me to roll, but we're almost there. Almost used it up. So it's almost time for a new one, and then it works like a breeze. So, okay, so I just need to commit. Put that baby down. All right, it's going down. And then I'm gonna use some foam tape on this 3x3 photo to be able to give it some dimension here. And then you'll see off to the side, I have gone through my, what I call my celebration bin, or not even, it's not even a bin, it's a folder. So I've pulled some additional things from my stash that I want to audition, consider, etc. So I will make sure that I have everyone listed who's participating in the series. I will make sure I have their channels listed in the description box so you can look out for that. You can see the wonderful work that the folks that are participating on this year-long series are up to. I encourage all of you to check out their work. They do some amazing work. And I do hope that you will check some of their channels out. I would appreciate you doing that. It takes, sometimes I don't think folks who watch and don't create content realize how much work goes into not just the creative process, because we'd be creating regardless, but the additional work that it takes to put out videos. So come out and support some of my friends. Okay, so I'm fussing with this, getting this foam title off. But oh, I just love it. It brings, so the colors in the photos are all like resonating in this title, which is beautiful, and actually even in the cake paper without me realizing it. So it just is a beautiful, it looks like I put it together, that it came like a collection, but that's always my intent especially when I don't have things that kind of go together, if you will. So, can you imagine? This is fast forward. Imagine how slow I how slow I scrap. I always talk about this, but it's no surprise to people, I'm sure. I'm sure there's other slow scrappers like myself. It doesn't help that I'm obviously not even doing anything. I think I'm watching something. My husband and I, um, when I film the majority of my videos, it's usually on the weekends or at nighttime. And definitely it's our wind down time. So I think this day we were watching a movie. So if I pause, that is why. Oh, I ended up going through, like I was mentioning, my celebration bin, and I found perfect. These they're like balloon brads. I have a few of them. You can probably see some that are multicolor there. I had some purple ones. I've set those off to the side because they just don't, they're like a really deep, not pastel-y purple at all whatsoever. But I found these yellow ones and I got this idea. So I'm going to end up doing this in 3 clusters. At first, I was going to do like a bunch of balloons like together. And then I was like, wait, maybe I can do them in like each of the clusters and that would look equally as good. So that's what I do end up doing. Whoops, what in the world? Okay, that was unplanned. Sorry about that. Goodness gracious. So you'll see that I've done the first balloon. I should have cut that out and I apologize. I I'm not going to redo the voiceover at this point. Oh, my throat's getting dry. Sorry about that. Okay, so I started to do the balloon. So I did the pokey tool thing, and I put some crochet thread. I just put it underneath around the balloon, and I made a knot at the end, at the bottom. And I just put a little tiny bit of a glue dot. Like I cut a glue dot. I don't have any of the little ones. I only have like the medium and large ones. So I just ended up cutting like the medium one in just little bits of 3 and it worked fine. It was not an issue whatsoever. So I am going to do that my balloon trick in each of the clusters. Because I do like the repetition in all 3. So here I'm pulling in some additional things from my celebration bin. These are all birthday celebration type things. With the exception of those pink and red hearts, those are from my use it up bin. And this is I have the journaling bits from Simple Stories. I don't remember. I think I will bring it up closer to the camera just so that you could see. But I think I got these in a Simple Stories warehouse box a couple of years back. And so this is the first time I'm using them. And I like to keep them here because they are very birthday themed. So for that reason, they don't go with the rest of my die cuts. So I'm just thumbing through and just auditioning different pieces because I know I want something there. I know I want to layer something, but I don't really know what else. Like, I'm looking for that other cluster as well. And so you see me auditioning a whole bunch of things. And you'll see what I get to here. And then I end up just setting those others off to the side. But yeah, we ended up watching Wakanda Forever. And oh, it was really, really good. We had watched previously, we had watched Black Panther, like when it came out, roughly thereafter. And so my husband was able to find Wakanda Forever on the TV, and I was like, yes, let's watch it. And it was very, very well, very, very well done. It was very sad too, though, I will say. Um, but I had watched some interviews and different things like that ahead of the most current movie release, and so um, it's a very special film for many, many different reasons, not just because of the homage to um, the original Black Panther actor. Okay, so here I am finishing up the balloon cluster, and here I'm just pulling in things. This is all from my celebration bin. I have these little, they look like little crowns, or like those little things that you put, like when you're little and you get those little like crown things that say happy birthday. Or like birthday girl. I think my girls had like birthday girls or something like that. I forget what it said. But this one says happy birthday and it's in yellow. So I thought perfect, because nowhere on here does it say it's her birthday. Obviously the pictures, like you could tell it's her birthday, right? But I wanted something so that it said happy birthday, and that's what it does. And then I don't end up using those little words, do I? Yeah, no, I don't. So here I'm just moving things out of the way. And then I love these. So these are little flat stickers. I think these are like really old Michaels. So it's so cute. I end up, you know how these particular foam titles are not, like the centers of the letters are not hollowed. So I end up using one of the candles. It's a pink cake with a little candle, and that goes perfect there. And I knew I wanted to put it somewhere, but that I thought was a good place to put it. It's really cute. Um, and I don't end up using those hearts. So you'll see me, I'm cleaning up my area as I'm going here, or cleaning up in the sense like putting it off to the side, like decluttering my area. So these are some rub-ons I've had forever, like I swear, like early 2000s for sure. And they're called, uh, they're, I don't know the manufacturer. I don't have it in front of me, but they had this little, the wooden stick, that you use to rub on, and it had the website called Spanish Memory. So these are all birthday sentiments in Spanish. So very appropriate for this particular layout. And I'm going to end up using a couple of the smaller ones. So I'm not picking any of the large elements except for maybe one. That's going to go in that bottom left hand, to the left of the smaller photo. So here I am putting one of them down here. I think I'm going to put one towards the top, and then one will go next to that photo. But I'm so glad to be using these up. They went on like a dream. Very, very nicely. They've kept up. They've maintained. I mean, obviously they've been in the packaging, but it has been waiting for me to use them all this time. So yeah, I think my most favorite element from here are the balloons. They just do something. And so I was really glad that I didn't cluster them together, that instead I went ahead and put them in each of the individual clusters for sure. So I am going to cut out the sentiment because I'm also afraid that I'm gonna get, if I just freehand it and put the whole thing down, that it's gonna get on my photo. So I want to try to avoid that. So I'm just putting in this little sentiment here. I can't even read it. I can't even see it on my screen. It's something about a party. Let me see if I can. Yeah, no. I'm not sure. It's something about a party. That's all I can tell you. But they went on like a dream. It's perfect. We're almost near to the end. I want to thank you. If you're still watching, I want to thank you so much for watching, taking time out of your day to support me and my channel. I do hope that you will like and subscribe. You'll come back again and you'll see what I have coming up for you next week. And I'm going to have a still shot so you'll be able to see a close-up of the final layout here. But yeah, we'll take you to some wonderful music, and it's a bye for now. I'll see you next time.